Hi Capricorn, this is Kajora Lovely with your general reading for the month of October 2019. For those of you who are curious, I'll be reading with the Modern Spellcasters Tarot. So in this reading, we're going to go over your general energy this month and then something for you to keep in mind. Okay. So where you are right now is the Magician in reverse. So this usually means that you're not really feeling as strong, as capable, or as powerful as you would like to at this time. I mean, I keep on getting this card. It feels like someone's undermining you, or you feel undermined. You're not really feeling in your element as much. Which is interesting. This came up for the sign of Virgo, which is also an earth sign. It feels like some of you may feel like you don't know as much as you do, but I look at this card and I'm like, but you do though. So I guess if no one else can tell you that, I will tell you that. You know more than you're giving yourself credit for, just saying. What's influencing you is the world, which is actually the card for your sign. So this is about, you're finishing out a chapter or a cycle. Some things are coming to an end. As it's the card for yours, or no, is that Judgment? Oh my God. Anyway, the lesson with this card is that it's about looking back, acknowledging how far you've come, how much you've accomplished. And, because it's really taking inventory and stock before you start something new and saying, look at all these things I did. Wasn't that great? I learned so much. Again, you know more than you think you do. And I feel like looking back with gratitude and happiness, whatever it is that you're going through, of feeling happy about how much you've accomplished and what you've done. You've done a lot. You're a Capricorn. I always joke you're the workhorse of the zodiac, that there's a lot that you do, whether or not you give yourself credit for. And I would say one of the pitfalls of Capricorn is that they don't often see, a lot of you can have a hard time seeing how far you've come, because it often feels like you just see the climb. You see how much further you have to go. And really it's about stopping and looking back honestly and analyzing even every small detail about how far you've come, because it's always further than you think. That said, let's talk about conflict. What's influencing you is the Five of Wands. So there may be someone that you're arguing with at this particular moment. Fortunately, this is a minor influence. So there could be something small that you're going through. It can be litigation, arguing of some sort, that kind of thing. However, again, minor influence. You're also moving past another conflict, which is the Five of Pentacles. This is about a mindset of insecurity, lack, scarcity, not having enough. You're coming out of that now. So you're starting to see how much you've accomplished, how much you have, how much you've grown, how much wealth you've accumulated, how much money you're making. Either way, or you're changing your perspective around that, about what that means to you. Where you are right now, actually, King of Cups, you're feeling pretty good. This is usually about emotional mastery, that you're feeling in charge of your emotions. They're not in charge of you, which is really good, because we're going to have a Mercury retrograde in Scorpio starting on Halloween. So that may... I would say it's a good thing you're getting it in balance now. It's helping you prep for that. We'll just phrase it that way. What's influencing you is Ace of Pentacles. This could be something new when it comes to work, home, or money. A new job, a new career, a new home, anything like that. So, and also aces are good news. In the near future, you have the Star. You're feeling hopeful. You're feeling good. I feel like usually this is about seeing the light in the dark. You're seeing the hope that's there for you in life, and you're feeling good. I feel like also maybe some of you are seeing more beauty in the world, or you're noticing it more. If not, try to notice it more. I'm giving you some homework. In the future, you're going to be releasing some burdens of some sort. Usually the 10 of Wands in reverse means that you've been carrying so many things that it's literally blocked your view. So when it's in reverse, that means that you're figuring out what you're going to let go of. So it could be that whatever's going on now, and maybe it's a result of this particular conflict with somebody, that you're figuring out what you want to let go of, what you want to keep, what you want to hold on to, but what else are you're like, nah, I can go. In the future, also, you've got the Hanged Man in reverse. This is about, you may have been in a kind of a, or right now you could be, because this is in the future. It's about coming out of a period like a holding pattern where you're not really excited to be there. You're kind of stuck, or you feel a little bit like, I want this to change, but there's nothing that can. Or at least it seems like it, but you're coming out of that period. You're coming out of that waiting, wishing, wanting. And usually the lesson of this scenario is that you're meant to see things clearly. You're meant to see things from another perspective, to change your perspective, and to maybe listen to other people's viewpoints on something. The other lesson with this is, if you feel like you're being treated unfairly, or you're a little bit stuck in a situation, is not to play the martyr or go the poor me route. It's not to say, oh, these things always happen to me, not to do that. It's just more, there's a lesson. This is happening because there's a lesson you're meant to learn. So learn the lesson and then you can move out of it. Literally, because then you have an ending. The Ten of Swords is about an ending, a culmination of some sort. Sometimes it can be about a betrayal, but not necessarily. I usually just see this as there's something in your life that's going to die, in the sense of it's going to come to an end. So let it, there's no point in holding on to it. Again, it could be related to that conflict, not necessarily, but I feel whatever it is, it can be related to thoughts, because swords are thoughts. Let it go. So let's see. What's something that Capricorn should keep in mind for the month of October? Interesting. All court cards. So court cards are the pages, knights, queens, and kings. There are a lot of different ways to read them, and every tarot reader is different. The way I learned it, pages and knights are influences. Queens and kings are people first, but I usually see them as influences. However, they can also just mean you have a lot of people around you, whether this is an aspect of you or someone else. So the first one is the King of Swords. So you could be dealing with an air sign, Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. If it is, they're not, or whoever this is, they're not necessarily coming from the best place. They may have an ulterior motive, or doing something kind of that they shouldn't be. This can also be someone who's like a judge in the military, lawyer, that kind of thing. It's someone who's not necessarily diplomatic. Again, this could also be you not feeling in charge of your own thoughts, not feeling in charge of your own mental capacity the way that you would like to be. You also got the Knight of Wands in reverse. So this could be a young person, fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or it could be somebody who's kind of hot-headed, ready to go into battle and just go guns blazing. Or if it's you, it relates to your ambition, and not necessarily, if it's a person, it's someone who, again, not really coming from the best place, maybe doesn't have the best motive, not really doing the right thing. If it's you, not really feeling your ambition the way that you would like to. For some reason, whatever it is, it's just not there. Queen of Cups. Could be a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. So this could be somebody, or someone who's really emotional, someone who's very in touch with their feelings, possibly a woman, not necessarily. Just as the others could be male, but not necessarily. This can also relate to empathy, compassion, but when it's in reverse, it can be a little bit more on the verge of hysterical, not necessarily managing emotions, letting emotions run them. Or if it's you, it's that you're feeling those things. You're not really relating to others. You're having a hard time with your feelings. You're feeling overly emotional. Okay, so why are we telling Capricorn about this? What are they supposed to know about these three things? Six of Wands. Whatever the situation is, there will be triumph. You will be triumphant and victorious somehow. Whether it's with those people, so if those people are all the ones that you're arguing with or having drama with or that are undermining you, whatever, I'm trying to see what else is going on, or that you have burdens you need to release, you're going to be triumphant. So also, if those are aspects of your personality that you're struggling with, you will be triumphant. As far as some of the delays, like you're not feeling your ambition the way that you would like to, you're not feeling as emotionally balanced as you would like to, you're not feeling in charge of your thoughts as you would like to. If it feels like you're hitting some delays, every other sign has gotten that this month. So it's not you, it's the universe. It's just the way things are at the moment. If it feels like you're trying to get things going and it's not really happening the way that you hoped it would, it's just sort of the way the energy is. But I would say, reiterate again, the biggest thing I think here is this card, is looking back at what you've accomplished, how much you've done. So we can recap real quick. You may not be feeling your full power this month. And it could be, again, these people are the ones that are undermining you, or it could be your own thoughts, feelings, ambition, that kind of thing. But you're ending a chapter. You're finishing out a cycle, and you're meant to notice how much you've accomplished up until this point. You could be dealing with some petty arguments with people. I would say an overall theme you got is victory, though, so I think you're going to be fine. You're moving out of a mindset of scarcity or lack. You are feeling in charge of your emotions, even if you're dealing with some other stuff. But overall, you're feeling pretty good. You've got something new coming in, work, home, or money. In the future, you're going to be feeling hopeful, optimistic, seeing beauty in the world. Also, going to be releasing a burden of some sort. You're going to move out of this period of the holding pattern or waiting period, but with a fresh perspective on something. And in the future, you'll be letting something come to an end. So, should be an interesting month. If you need some clarification, you can always book a personal tarot reading with me. I do them in person in Long Beach, California, over the phone, or I send them in an email so you can refer back to it later. I also do Reiki healing, again, in person or distance. And all the information and the rates and everything are in the description box below. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to comment, share, like, and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. I hope you have a good month of October, Capricorn. Should be interesting. I can't reiterate this enough. See how far you've come. It's further than you think. I promise you, it's further than you think. And maybe even write it down. Make a list of all the accomplishments you've even made in the last year. And if you can't do that, try 6 weeks. Start there. Anyway, have a great month. I will see all of you again next month.